goes on. Let's continue. So,
now it's recording.
So, yeah, as I was saying, these are what we're going to talk about right now. Takes about 15 minutes. Okay, so if we can have undivided attention for a little while, what we're going to talk about is really important. And we're going to talk about, I don't even like the name really, like the company values. Okay, and I've been reluctant to create company values because most of the time when they're created, it's just some fluffy nonsense that's got, it's just fluff, and I don't really like it. But I realized on the weekend that there are some things that we've talked about a lot internally, right? And that we actually do have very strong values in certain regards to, performance and honesty and globalization and a bunch of other bits and bobs that I realized over the weekend is actually very unique to us, and at least in terms of our approach. And so I'm going to go through the core values that I'm going to be looking at every time someone requests a pay rise, right? And Mark and Rakewa, we had a long discussion this morning about how to evaluate someone based on these values. And I believe that these is really important, as it's kind of like the foundation for who we are. Like, what is our core? Right now on this call, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 continents, right? We all come from different backgrounds, different traditions, different cultures, different beliefs, different everything, right? And we can strive as far as our vision and our goals will allow us, right? But we should fall back to our values, right? Our weakest point among all of us are our common values, okay? With that, allow me to share the ManyMangoes 5 core values. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So again, most of you would have heard all of this, but this is the first time we've written them down and made this a core pillar of what it is we do. So they are attitude, performance, honesty, visionary, and global. And I dive into these further down, and you guys feel free to save that somewhere, print it out, save it as your wallpaper, and tattoo it to your forehead or something. But all right. So first one is attitude, right? And attitude to me means a lot of different things. For starters, it means showing up. All the people on this call are the ones who actually showed up on time, right? And so you get first dibs at going through this stuff, and everyone else can suffer the consequences, right? But it means showing up with a can-do attitude, right? It means seeing the opportunity with every challenge, right? And we must have talked about that one 500 times so far in 2024. But every challenge does have an opportunity, right? Every time you hit a roadblock, every time you hit an obstacle, they're expected. But how we creatively solve those problems determines your success, right? It means genuinely wanting to support. Can you all read this, by the way? Is this too small?
It's fine.
It's fine. It means genuinely wanting to support one another. It means going the extra mile. It means being the kind of person that others actually want to be around. Attitude is a core value, and it's what separates the winners from the losers. Right? So attitude, I believe, is a really core component to where we should all fall back to, right? Like these pieces here, to me, I think are the bare minimums for what we should expect, right? The opposite of this creates a poisonous environment, right? It's a place where people, want to be. All right. Does this all make sense? Any questions on this?
No.
Yeah, we talk about the attitude a lot when we were in Kenya, if I remember good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Challenging the opportunity, can-do attitude. Great. Okay. Performance. I believe we are a team of winners, right? And I intend on figuring that out with every new hire that we bring on, right? Is this person a winner, right? When we start our day, we know what needs to be done, right? When we finish our day, we can say confidently to ourselves, honestly to ourselves, that I did the best I possibly could do, right? When we're given a goal of 10, we do 20. Right? When we see the finish line, we ask ourselves where to next. Right? Performance is a core value for us, and I believe it's what separates the winners from the losers. Right? The people who are actually going to strive for excellence consistently, and constantly be trying to perform to the best of their ability. Right? What is your best? Right? You know the answer to that. Right? No one else is going to tell you that, but it should be self-explanatory when if you can look at these points and say, I think that I have good performance. According to these points, I think I'm doing the best I possibly can do. I always go above and beyond. I always kick goals, and I'm always trying to figure out how can I help next. Right? This makes sense?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Visionary. So this one's an important one because I talked about this with a lot of enthusiasm earlier, and I don't want to repeat myself, but I think this year is the first time that I've ever spent working on ManyMangoes full-time all the time. I put 7 different companies to the side so that I could focus exclusively on ManyMangoes since January, right? And when I play to win, right? When I want to get something, we're going to get it, right? If we sit side by side, 3 recruitment agencies today, Felipe, what happens? We kick them. We're already the best. I bet the best is not enough. The best is the start. Once we're the best in a space, great, that's the beginning. How are we going to revolutionize and change and transform and fix the industry, fix the big problems, right? And these are the people that I want on our team. If you don't think that we're going to make a significant wave in the industry, that's fine, but you're in the wrong room. I don't want you anywhere near me. Okay? We're here to win, we're here to play, and we're going to make significant. That was a fucking Australian insect right on my camera, by the way.
That was your finger, mate.
But this is a core value for me because I think that we all should see that we're working on something incredible. We're in a really unique position in the world. We're working on the most advanced technology on the planet. We've already shown that we can kick the crap out of so many competitors, right? We've done an amazing job so far this year, and where we're going, we're unstoppable. What I'm doing tomorrow is going to really unravel that piece into oblivion, right? So this is why I wrote it out as, the best is only the beginning. The future is our own making. When you think you're aiming high enough, think again. Aim even higher. Reimagine and redesign what is conceivable. Visionary is a core value because we are different at ManyMangoes. No one does what we do, and I love that, right? And I plan on keeping it like that for as long as humanly possible, right? And everyone on the team, if anyone, doesn't follow these values, call them out, right? You shouldn't have to be surrounded by people who do not follow these values, because if we all follow these values, imagine what we can accomplish in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years. Right? If we're only surrounded by visionaries, we're only surrounded by people who really want to change and make a significant impact in the world, what are we going to do? Compare that with the opposite. What are you going to do? That's why this is such an important core pillar of our values. Okay. Now, the next one is global. So I touched on this earlier, but we're literally on all the continents, right? And I put in there, music is like people, in the sense that every form of it can be appreciated. It just depends when and where, right? And I've seen firsthand the most incredible talent come out of everywhere that I wasn't expecting, right? And we have so many different cultures and beliefs and traditions and strengths that are inconceivable. But I think this diversity is what makes us impenetrable, right? When I hear someone who says, I don't want to work with that country, to me, that kind of ignorant bullshit just needs to leave the room, and I don't want it anywhere near me or my mangoes, right? And I've heard it before, right? People, the conflicts in this area, and I don't want to hear it. Sorry. We are a global team, right? We respect and appreciate everyone, couldn't give two hoots what the skin, sex, religion, tradition. It doesn't matter, right? If we can follow these values, we respect and appreciate every country. I think that makes us impenetrable. No one can defeat a team like that because we can have all the strengths of all the best countries, right? And so that's why it's a core value for us. Diverse cultures, government makes us impenetrable. Great. Every continent has unique values. Yeah, okay. I already talked about those. We accept all nationalities. Being global means knowing you always have more to learn. I think we all learned that a bit in our annual kickoff in Kenya. Global is a core value because the world is an incredible place that we accept with open arms. I think that these values are basic and like they're natural to me. To me, these are like essentials. You have to have these things or you just won't be successful in life. To me, this is obvious, but this is what I'm talking about when I say, we can push for all of our wildest goals and dreams and we can push. But if we all fall back to our weakest point is these values, I think us as a team, we're going to accomplish some amazing stuff. Right. So that's why I built this out on the weekend. After being reluctant to do it for so long, I realized that we need a baseline, right? A bare minimum in terms of our values at ManyMangoes. What do you guys think? I'm bet you crazy, useless. That was good. No good.
I love them.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, and if we're bringing also new people, I think it's very important that they understand this from the beginning. So yeah, I like it.
It should be in the job description.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Start thinking bigger. Go and now apply. Yeah. We're good. So guys, this is I was talking with Mark and is Mark on this call? No. Mark and
I am. Yes.
Good job, Mark.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people trying to get in. Deny all. I was talking with Mark and Raquel earlier. Like, if one of the team members came to you, to me, to Margaret, to any of the managers, and said, "Hey, I would like to set up a meeting with you, and I want to do a performance review, and I'm prepared." And then they said, "Hey, these are the values that you think are important, and this is what I did to support those values." I have no choice. I have no choice but to give you a pay rise. There is no option I'm left with than to increase your salary. It just doesn't make sense to keep you on the same salary, right? And so the title of this meeting is Analyze and Optimize. I'd like you all to analyze and optimize your plan. What are you doing? What's happening this week? What happened last week? What are you going to do, right? And again, if you come to any of us with a direct affiliation for what you've done to accomplish these values, go above and beyond, show up, get a great attitude, all of these things that I think are absolutely essential, I'm left with no choice but to increase how much you're earning. That all make sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I think we can probably start by relaying some of this information to all the stragglers who didn't make it. But it is recorded, so I'll send it. Gabby, do you know how to send it yet? Or Stella, if you could send it to the rest of them. I do want everyone to be aware of this. But it's a great idea, Tony, putting it on the job description. See if they bring it up in the interview, and that's a good idea. Good. All right, that's my 2 cents. Anything anyone would like to add? Questions, queries, thoughts?
Not on this.
Other questions, perhaps? All right, good. All right, guys. So if that's everything, I think we can leave. I know you've all got a lot of things to do, but thank you for joining. And start thinking about how you're going to get a pay rise. I'd love that.